What's up there, Metal Summoners? It is so great to see you guys. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, rocking out, and hanging out with us, because the most important thing that's always important for you guys to keep in mind is that by you guys coming on, you guys getting involved, and you guys being as active in the comments as you guys always are, it allows people like our guests to stay active, stay on the road, keep putting out music for you guys, selling merch, and everything in between. And of course, myself, Angel, Steve, and our brother Ron are all incredibly appreciative, of course, with you guys being so involved, keeping music alive and allowing people like our guests to do what they do. So welcome back to your Island of Misfit Toys, myself and Angel, as well as, of course, Psycho Steve, and joined again by our brother, Empire Extremes Ron, and he's going to be rocking out with us as well. But that's enough about us. Let's get into a little bit of fun conversations, because live, first day of tour, having some fun with us. We've got Geoff Tate, we've got Faster Pussycat, we've got Kieran Robertson joining us right now. Brother, first and foremost, thank you so much for some of your time, man, and welcome to the Metal Summit.
Hell yeah, man. Looking forward to it, man. It's cool to chat with you guys.
Absolutely, man. Again, we appreciate it, man. And first and foremost, especially on the first day of a tour, we really appreciate you setting the time away for us. But also, that being said, when it comes to a tour, it's always got to be exciting to get back out on the road, performing songs, performing for the fans. But also, how do you prepare for when it gets to that time for going back out on the road?
Yeah, man, it's weird. I always feel like I over prepare or under prepare. Like I'll always pack way too much shit or then have absolutely nothing. I think I did okay this tour. In terms of I've played this album a lot, so in terms of like I had my parts good. I just needed to I get some new guitars I was working in, but this tour in terms of for me preparing was pretty easy. Just making sure my girl, my dog, the home, everything's taken care of and cool, and yeah, man, just headed out. Thankfully the snowstorm didn't fuck us too bad. But I heard that's been crazy.
It definitely has, for sure, because we're all East Coast. I mean, Angel and Steve are in Jersey. Ron and I are in Maryland, and so we definitely just got we definitely got hit over the weekend, but like the roads are kind of getting back to normal and stuff like that now. And
sure.
And it was funny because one of the things I couldn't get out to because I was snowed in was Gigi Allen's old band, the Murder Junkies, came through town, and I really wanted to go out to that show to support them because I hadn't seen them in a little while, and wanted to go out and see Merle and just kind of support the guys and stuff. But yeah, I was trapped in with nowhere to go and roads that weren't clear, so I was like, well, they'll be back. So
right.
I'll catch it up to them on there. But of course, Kieran, you've got a long history that I don't know if a lot of people truly know about when it comes to Geoff Tate. Is that you go back to your late teens, just kind of getting involved with the band, and I'd love to hear a little bit for our fans about what it was like, meeting Geoff and just kind of how you got involved with the band at such a young age.
Yeah, man. My dad's he was a booking agent and a promoter in the UK, and their like first big booking they got was Geoff Tate. So he's like, fucking Geoff Tate's coming, and I went along to like just help out his crew and stuff. And then they had need the guitar player last minute, the band, something happened. So I was 18 and Geoff was like, it was an acoustic tour, so they were like, let's take a chance on this kid. And I fucking quit my job and flew out, and there's like that movie Rockstar, Mark Wahlberg. So I fucking came out and flew out, and yeah, I've been in the band ever since. And I left to do Faster Pussycat. I'm filling in back. I just sort of play with a bunch of different people. But yeah, Geoff hired me when I was 18 out of just fucking we need a guitar player. And I stayed and hopefully did a good job. So I guess I'm still here.
Absolutely, man, for sure. Ron, as our other guest, my friend, let's kick it over to you.
Hey, so first of all, I was telling a friend of mine that you were going to be on the show, so you wanted me to give a shout out, Jason Robinson from Wrath of Typhon.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
He's like, Kieran's my buddy.
Love Jason, man. They get the dog booming as well, man. That's fucking awesome. They're the best people, man.
Yeah. So I got to see you guys, talk about the new tour, but I got to see you guys on that last tour. I saw you guys in Harrisburg, and just talk like I mean, for people who haven't heard Geoff Tate play live, it's just insane. His voice is, I mean, people put it up there, you know, with people who like Rob Halford and some of these people who have kept their voice very well. Geoff Tate's one of those ones, man. I was just blown away the whole entire time. Talk about like that tour and talk about, getting to play with Jeff and, just getting to hear his freaking amazing voice every night.
Dude, it's crazy, man. I'm sure you'd really appreciate you saying that. It's like sometimes, I mean, you get used to it, like we're used to it, but I'll be on stage and it's like I'm focused on the show and a band, and then like sometimes if I'm working on a song with him in the studio and it's just me and him and I'm recording him and he'll sing something, I'm like, fucking holy shit, that's Geoff Tate, you know. Or he'll do things every night live where he'll go to hit a note and I think he's gonna hit this note and he fucking hits that note. So I don't know how he does it. He said he quit smoking. I think that's just to try and get me to quit smoking. But he's always like, I quit smoking. That's how I did. So but I don't know, man. He's just a machine. He tours. I mean, any artist, he tours more can even our tour dates, days off in terms of he's just a machine. So I think he's just one of those guys, man.
Yeah, yeah. And talk about, like, especially because, like I said, with that last tour doing Operation
Mhm.
Mindcrime, talk about playing
Yeah.
that album. And that's such an iconic album.
So iconic, man. I mean, again, obviously wasn't born when it came out, but I remember even in high school first discovering that album, hearing that, and I was just like, this is the heaviest thing that's ever been fucking written. So I love that album. It's my favorite album to play live with Jeff. I've now been lucky enough. I've done Raging Empire with him. I've done fucking Promised Land with him. I've done pretty much most Queensryche albums. I did The Warning way back with him. So I've pretty much done all the albums, and definitely Mindcrime's my favorite album. I feel like you get into a headspace because it's
Mhm.
just a dark, album. It's not like we come out and we're high fiving the crowd. It's more like we're fucking gonna show you something, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you play like that, do you have a favorite song that you like playing?
I love the Operation Mindcrime song, man. It's just that riff is so good. It's just a great, early album song. Obviously, Eyes of a Stranger. I get a guitar solo, just me and Waiting for 22. So selfishly, obviously, that's what I like. But yeah, man, it's just such a great album as a whole.
Yeah, I always joke around my favorite. It's not really my favorite song, but I always joke around it being my favorite song is Empire because of my music site's Empire Extreme. So every time we hear Empire, they're like, yeah, because even some of the guys that I've met before, whether it be Jeff or like even some of the older Queensryche guys, every time they see
Mhm.
my name Empire, they're like, hey, we have a song called that.
That's funny, man. Yeah, and we were just rehearsing Empire before I came for this. That song would get strings in it and stuff now. So yeah, it's a great song as well.
Awesome. Kick it away there, Psycho Steve.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for joining us and welcome to the Metal Summit. So you said you're from the UK. Do you live there now or do you live here in the States?
No, I live in Los Angeles now, man. I'm from Scotland,
Right.
and then I lived in Seattle for a bit. But I've been in Los Angeles for like four years now. So I'm like, I used to live like, I guess I moved, so I can say I used to live like right beside the whiskey, for like the first 2 years. But I just moved a little further down. But I'm still in Hollywood, man.
Awesome. And then my question to you is, how could I put this? And I want to be right. Have you met other former members of Jeff's band? And how do you feel about that band versus your band?
That's a really good question. And it's great. I've been asked that before, and I always said no, I never met the guys until with Faster Pussycat a couple of months ago, we played fuck, I don't remember the name of the festival, but it was Faster Pussycat, Pretty Boy Floyd, Queensryche. So that was the first time I saw I was in the bill with Queensryche. And I know Jeff's in the past couple of years actually went to see Queensryche play in Europe, and took pictures and whatever. But I was backstage, and I didn't think they'd know who I was. But Todd came up to me and was like, know who you are, and you're fucking lovely, lovely guy. So I spoke to him. He was super nice. I spoke to Mike Stone, the guitar player. He was lovely. Gave me some guitar picks. And I briefly said hi to Casey, but I didn't get a chance to see Michael. It was just sort of fast. But it's Todd. Everybody was very nice to me. So I'm just trying to play the parts as best as possible. I'm like, if it's not me, it's some other guy. So if I could.
Right on. And do you have a favorite Faster Pussycat song?
I love obviously the old like Cat House and stuff, super iconic. Shut Up and Fuck. Like a Ghost, one of the most recent ones. A Sam Bam is my guitar hero. I tell him that every day and he fucking hates it. But so anything Sam does, I'm like, man, that's the best thing in the entire world. So that's great as well. Motorbike's killer as well that just came out. Fuck, of all time. You know what? Actually, of all time, non-stop to nowhere. That'd be my of all time faster song. I think that's really
Awesome.
gentle.
Classic tune.
Classic tune, man.
Right on. Angel.
Yeah, just want to say thank you for your time, and I can't thank you enough. Even though it's for a short time, we still appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Man, you're going to be on the road most of the year. Like, I kind of look at the tour dates where he's doing 2 U.S. runs, 2 runs over in Europe. When it comes to touring, how many guitars do you take with you on the road?
I normally take round about. I try and take 4. I've only got 3 on this run. But it sort of depends as well. I look at if we have a lot of gear, obviously big Cosmo and bags for the management and Jeff's team to fly. So I try to be. There's no point, like, if it's going to cost an extra $500 for me to bring another guitar in the tour, I'm like, fuck it, I can play with 3. But right now I have 3. And when I go to Europe, I have some guitars there as well. So, but right now I've just got my 3 Gibsons with me. I got a 98 Les Paul Standard, a Gold Top, like a 60s tribute one, and a V. I just bought a Gibson V, white fucking killer V. So, yeah, just really enjoying testing them out this tour.
Nice.
No, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was just like, I'm in awe of the guitars.
Fuck yeah, man! I love them. I play a bunch of stuff. In the studio, I play a lot of Sawtooth as well. I play that live with Faster. They make great Les Pauls. But I've just been in a Gibson kick right now. Wanting to. I got a bunch like five Les Pauls, but it's great to play them live. Some of the Jeff stuff's a bit tricky because it's kind of shreddy. So the V has been helping with that.
Sweet.
Have you ever thought of like having any custom tops to any of your guitars, like a Queensryche record you really fancy as like designed onto the top or something for Faster, or even for yourself?
That would be a really cool idea. I was originally, when I first joined Jeff, I was endorsed by Framus Guitars, who do Warwick basses, and they made me a really cool custom model, and it had my face and the inlays as mother of pearl. It's great. I just don't bring that on the road because it's sort of special to me. But I've seen the tops, like the stickers and the prints. That would be cool. I'd definitely look into that.
Right on, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, Steve. Right back to you, brother.
No, I'm just in awe. Do you name your guitars?
I don't. I should do that. People always say it's like cool if they fucking name the guitar. I had a guitar that like my it's funny actually. I was playing for I don't know, Sophie Lloyd. She's Machine Gun Kelly's guitar player, incredible guitar player. I was playing for her. My girlfriend, she put kisses all over my guitar, so it was kind of poppy looking. So I was like, that guitar is the Kiss guitar. We'll call that Kiss, And then I now just get the Flying V, and I've got a smoke machine in the pickup. So I'm like, no, that's Ace. That guitar is definitely Ace, So I'm starting to try and name them, But fucking watch BB King. He's got like Lucille, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. Just be respectful of time. We got 10 minutes left, so we're gonna do one final question, go around. Just be respectful of your time, being the first day of the tour. Don't want to be responsible for anything, but thanks.
Oh, great! That's why they got on late.
It's just been nuts because it's the first day. I apologize for the time and jumping on late.
No, dude, no worries, man.
Go on the road.
And I dropped everything.
He dropped us.
I dropped you. I'm holding you up. I'm holding you up with like a sparkling water right now.
we all have headaches now.
Yeah.
So Yeah, so like it's funny, Karen, because like I've got a couple of like bases that I have like names for and stuff like that. Like nothing like super over the top because I had two in particular that were like my main like go to. So those are the ones I was like really fussy about. I had a regular guitar that's got kind of a sparkly front that I used to call Star, just because it had like that glittery
Oh
front.
yeah.
But my two main basses that I always used, one was just my ride or die, and then the other one was a gift to me that I like so much because the hardware was also black, which isn't like super common, but just a regular like silver tone bass that just it could take anything. So I always called that one Lizzie because I'm a huge like Lizzie Borden fan. It's my ride or die. So I would
Yeah.
just as like a reference to an axe. So I always kind of called that one Lizzie. And then the one that was gifted to me is a sawtooth bass that's like a newer model, but it was a completely like flat matte black color. So it had no shine to it. So it had this just dull black front with the black hardware. So I started calling it Wednesday.
That's awesome, man. That's fucking sick.
But the other reason why I tell that story is not only because it fit in so well with what Angel and Steve brought up, but also because Ron and I have a side gig as huge horror people. But so I want to talk a little bit about your right arm because
Oh yeah.
obviously we're all members of the coloring book club. Literally everybody you're looking at has been in the chair. But between obviously Elvira with the position of your hand while you play, it's going to be very prominent in just about all pictures. But I also know that you've got, Nightmare Before Christmas, what looks like Johnny Depp from Edward Scissorhands, but I'm also a huge Misfits fan. And I know it's on the other arm, but I know you've got your coffin there. But just because I can't help myself, you seem to be a big horror guy. So what are your favorites?
Yeah, man, big horror guy. I got most of this work done when I was like honestly like 16 to 18. And I loved the old horror, but everybody was getting like Dracula and Bride of Frankenstein, and it looks fucking sick. But I was just like, I want to be different, so I'll get like fucking Johnny Depp from Edward Scissorhands and shit. But I love horror movies, man. Like Halloween's my favorite. Anything John Carpenter does is fucking magic. I love the Terrifier series that recently came out. The three, they are awesome. I love the I just watched the X trilogy where it's like Maxine, Pearl,
Yeah.
and X. That was she's so scary, man, and that like nothing's fucking scary. She's just mental. So I thought that was really good. But I love horror movies, but I discovered recently that I don't like fucking haunted house walkthroughs, man. I just did that Universal Horror Nights with my girl, man. I was like, fuck it, I hated it. So I'm like, I don't do haunted houses. I love horror movies, but when there's somebody jumping out, I'm like, this
I'm the same
sucks.
way.
Yeah, man. I'm like, my anxiety, my heart's in my mouth. I just didn't like it. But yeah, I think Halloween. I love the original Dawn of the Dead and
Nice.
all that stuff too, man. I watched. Did you guys watch the new 28 years later, the Bone Temple?
We not the Bone Temple. We went. He and I went out and saw the first of the new trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for Ron. Ron, have you gotten a chance to get out to see it? Because I know
I haven't seen Bone yet.
Okay, yeah, so we haven't made it out to that yet.
What did you think?
So I didn't love it, but I really didn't hate it. I think with me, I know it's a trilogy, so I was in there prepared that if there was something I didn't love about it, it wasn't worth letting it ruin my experience.
Sure, yeah.
There were definitely parts of it that I dug. But there were other things. I mean, 28 Days Later is still one of my very favorite zombie movies. I've always
So
felt
good.
that, like, that's how it would happen if it was to go down. I didn't hate 28 Weeks Later. I thought that was solid. I was overall happy with it. I was a juggler when it came to the first of the new trilogy. I didn't hate it. It was a little bit weird. I loved the reference of the early character at the end of the movie, not to just give it away for anybody who's watching who hasn't seen it yet. I thought it was a little kinky. I thought it was a little corny when they reintroduced those characters with the kind of the Jonathan Davis meets parkour thing that they were doing. People can figure out what I'm saying if you know, you know. But again, I'm committed to the trilogy, so I'm down to let it play out. So I'm indifferent. It currently it doesn't float my boat, but it doesn't sink it either.
Hell yeah, that's sort of about how I felt too. That it's like, how do you follow up to 28 days is so good. But I enjoyed it, so I'll keep watching it. Keep going with the trilogies.
All right. Absolutely, brother, for sure. All right, Jules. Okay, I get you. I'm cool. No spoilers. Fair enough. I can take a hint on it there. But no, for sure. Like, I mean, obviously, it's also in my name. It's something I'm very, very passionate about. I mean, for me, like vampires and horror movies, I ride or die with vampires. They're my favorite things. But I'm also very fond of the Terrifier series as well. I'm really big into pretty much anything like slasher. I love, Jason was always my first horror guy that I got into. I love all the traditional slashers, but I'm also very big into like demonology type movies. I absolutely love, like the Conjuring universe, like
Yeah, I just watched all
Annabelle and,
them. They were great.
Annabelle and Conjuring and Curse of La Llorona and all of that kind of stuff. I definitely big on that. But Ron, let me kick it up to you, man, to keep everything spinning because Kieran, we're gonna have to bring you on either back onto our show or after tour, maybe have you on with me and Ron, and we can talk horror all day. But we know we've got a clock. So Ron, it's all you, my friend.
I was just going to say that, when you're talking about the 28 days, the new one, 29 years later, his favorite, don't let him lie, his favorite character was the big giant guy with the big,
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
the big
I was
shaft.
like, that was the scariest part about the whole fucking movie. I'm
The
like, you're
fucking
gonna eat me, and then what? Fuck, like, yeah.
The fucking alpha cock just swinging all over the
I
screen.
know, man. It was fucking nuts.
But anyway, talk about, 'cause especially because the fact that, like, especially with the type of music with Geoff Tate and just that type of music, talk about playing, in Europe versus playing in America. Because, like, playing for the European, lovers of that music versus like playing in America.
Yeah, it's definitely so different. Like everywhere in the world has a different type of crowd. Like America, probably I'd say is my favorite because you guys are just like, you're just fucking pumped to be there, and everybody just gets into it and wants to encourage you. Europe, they're also into it. They're a lot more metal circle pits and stuff. A lot of UK crowds sort of stand and watch, even though they are enjoying it. I think it's sort of a lot more observing. But it depends. Sometimes we'll play in like fucking Grimsby in the UK, and we're like, this is the best crowd we've ever had, and there's like 100 people, but they're just so stoked to be there. But America, I definitely think you guys are more vocally excited. I would say you guys are just
Nice.
fucking American, and you're proud to be here, and you know what I mean. So it's I like that.
Awesome. Go ahead there, Stecco Steve.
Okay.
Oh, here's a good question. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it popped up. I saw it too, Angel. Good call.
U.S. or other countries? That's a good question.
More honestly, that's actually a good question. I think in the US there's definitely more female fans. Europe's a lot of like bald guys in battle vests, with like fucking all the patches and stuff, which is sick, and they'll circle pit. I don't know if it's because of radio and maybe earlier Queensryche, the heavier stuff did better in Europe, so that's their fan base, and maybe Silent Lucidity was a bit more popular out here, but it's still pretty 50-50. But yeah, definitely more female fan base in America.
Wow, good question. All right, my question is, it's a two-parter. One, what was your first tattoo? Two, was guitar your first instrument?
My first tattoo was I actually got the whole half of my arm done at once in Vegas. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. I was 16, because you can get tattooed at 16 in Vegas, apparently. So they did that. My first tattoo. So it was really a half sleeve, and I just kept getting a bunch of stuff. And yeah, guitar was my first instrument. I never really wanted to do anything else. I dropped out of high school and fucking just played guitar, man. I think I got a guitar when I was like 8 or something, gigging at like 11. So it's all I was good at,
Awesome. Do you still own the guitar?
That guitar I do still own, yeah. It's in Scotland at my parents' house. It was a Yamaha, old Yamaha Pacifica, and it was like white, and it had black duct tape on it, and it said "big fucking noise," which is very appropriate for a fucking 9-year-old. But that was my first guitar. So I think my mum took off the black tape, but obviously because the guitar was getting yellowed from being old, it was then just a white outline of the big fucking noise. So, but it's a cool guitar.
Awesome.
Jules, where are you located at so that Kieran can answer this question properly?
Montana.
Oh yeah, Montana. I think we're coming to Montana in June or July, I
And
believe.
you'll be on the tour.
I
Like,
will. I will. Yep, I'll be there. I like Montana. I spent a lot of time in Montana.
Billy,
So,
Montana.
yeah,
Cool.
I'll be there.
Sweet. Angel.
The funny thing is, I should have been able to actually answer my own question because I sent her Metal Summit T-shirt to Montana.
She's originally from Washington, though.
Talking about going to Montana. That's how I know to host the show. So, what country or venue do you still want to play?
I worked in Japan as a guitar tech for a band called Angra. So I went to Japan, but I never played a show in Japan. So I'd love to play a show in Japan. I still love. I mean, I love any time I get to play the whiskey is always really special to me, even though it's just right there. As a kid, that was my like, fuck if I play the whiskey. So I play that so many times a year now, but I'm still always like, this is really cool. I'm, really respectful to play the place. But I'd say I'd like to play in Japan. I think that's the only. I'd love to obviously like Africa, India, all those countries, but I think that's a little bit harder to get arranged. But I'd love Japan. Love to play Japan.
You played with Angra, you said? The Brazilian?
Guitar tech for Angra. I used to guitar tech, and when I'm not on tour with Geoff, my main thing is I write songs and I produce for people. I have a studio, so I do a bunch of different stuff. But that was like 6 or 7 years ago. I guitar teched for America with them, and then I went to Japan guitar teching for them as well.
Well, we just had Richie Kotzen's wife on the show last week, Julie
Mhm.
Lang, and she's from Brazil, and she's friends with the boys of Angra. It's not very common you hear that band's name here in the
They're
States.
so big in South America. They're massive. Great band. That whole
Amazing.
what's it, Omni, the album, and the great songs. Super just froggy, awesome songs.
Right. Angel?
That was my last question.
Oh, okay.
Nah, no worries for sure. And a couple of things we definitely want to touch base on you, just because I wanted to get into to the favorite Queensryche song conversation. I'm a huge Another Rainy Night Without You fan.
It's a great song, man. That's a great fucking song.
Yeah, so definitely wanted to get in on that. But of course, Kieran, we really appreciate your time, man. And we definitely want to, of course, invite you on when you have more time to have a full-on episode with us. And the best of luck when it comes to the tour, as well as the potential for you kicking it with me and Ron and having a little bit of a horror talk conversation. But before we let you go, we definitely want to give you the opportunity to let everybody know where you can be found, your socials, as well as anything involving Geoff Tate or Faster Pussycat can be found, as well as merch. Considering I saw your video, so I kind of can't help myself. People like to pick on you for the way you pronounce it, but please, man, let everybody know where merch, dates, and yourself can be found, my friend.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'd love to come on and talk horror when I'm back off tour, man. That sounds awesome. I'm Kieran Robertson on Instagram, Facebook, everything. I come up everywhere. I do have merch. I didn't know it was funny the way I said merch, but I guess somebody last night was waiting outside the bus, and I came out and they were like, I got some merch, and they're making fun of it. I was like, no way. So that video apparently went well. But I do have some merch. I get some really cool guitar pick tins and shit. It's all signed, and some t-shirts and anything to help me pay my phone bill. So yeah, it's all there. Appreciate it.
No, absolutely, man, for sure. And for anybody that hasn't seen yourself live, as well as Geoff and Faster as well, when it comes to shows that you play, the stages that you grace, if somebody hasn't seen you live, what can they expect from not only a show that Geoff puts on, but also yourself as a performer?
That's a good question. I really like to just try and play the music the way it was written and respect it. Like, as in, I try to not I don't want to, and I love Vinnie Vincent, but I don't want to like change the part, like I don't want to change the Operation Mindcrime solo. It would be no reason for me to do that. So I try to play the music as the way you hear it on the record, and hopefully be as exciting live as possible. If you're down the front, you want a guitar pick, or if I see you pointing, I throw out like 500 guitar picks every night. So expect a guitar pick and some fucking loud rock and roll.
Absolutely. No, for sure, brother. No, it's funny. The only time I ever like made sure that I got a guitar pick that was thrown at me is I was at M3. This is a few years back. Whitesnake was playing it on what turned out to be pretty much one of their farewell tour. And Joel Hoekstra, dude, he hit me in the chest with a guitar pick, and I thought I had been shot with a gun.
There's a technique to it, dude. There's a technique to getting it fucking.
Totally. That thing hit me so hard right in my chest that I made sure to find that thing when it hit the ground, because I was like, oh, hell, I was like, fuck y'all.
It's like fucking in you. Like,
yeah, I was like, this thing caused me physical pain. Nobody else is getting this from me. But again, Kieran, thank you so much, brother. Best of luck on the tour. We know you're going to kill it. We're super stoked that you were down to come on the show and have a little bit of fun with us. And what it always ultimately comes down to when it comes to myself, Angel, Steve, and Ron is that you enjoyed yourself. You had a good time. You felt respected, and you felt in any way, shape, or form this interview could be, could assist in, getting Geoff, your tours, and yourself out there properly for anyone.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you again, guys, for your time. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. Well, take care. Have a great one, man. We appreciate you, and we'll be in touch. We look forward to having some fun.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Later. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much. We really, really appreciate you guys. Obviously, Kieran had to split. He's got things he's got to do as the tour starts today. So we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us and being so great. Jules, Lisa, Tina, we saw you guys. Thank you so much for being involved when it comes to this. When it comes to Angel, you can find him at Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram. He can also be found on Facebook. Psycho Steve, the real Psycho Steve on Instagram. You can also find him at psychostevepresents.com. Our brother Ron here, Ron S 56, Ron.S.56 on Instagram. You can also find him as well on Facebook, as well as his personal music page of Crazy White Devil as well. And myself, I can be found on Instagram at Salem.vampire. I can also be found under that moniker on Facebook, and I also have a personal page as well. When it comes to the Metal Summit, go ahead, Angel. You're good, brother.
I was going to say that before we go. Aren't you hosting something, Steve, that has to do with horror?
Oh, yes. We got him. Absolutely. We got we got you.
February 4th, Slayerville, New Jersey. I Heart Horror 4. Yours truly, the Jew for You, and Don May will be hosting I Heart Horror. Proceeds go to the Bora Lung and Heart Center. Chris Cunho, Gregory Cunho are doing it again. Gore. And it's called I Heart Horror. Think of Comic-Con, HorrorCon, Chiller, and much more. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be bands performing. There's going to be amazing artists that are going to be there. And, of course, yours truly and Dawn, who's hosted the show with us before. And she has that show, her little spiel. Hey, all you rockers out there, join us. All ages show, all fun. February 4th, 2026, Saraville, New Jersey at the VFW Hall, right across the street from the Starland Ballroom. Come out now, buy himself a beer or a hug or something. Just come on out.
Yeah, and you may have me as your driver. How cool
there you go. Yeah, that'd be really rad.
Absolutely. No.
And then Angel's doing something too, and Jay, you're doing something also, aren't you?
Absolutely. We're
Ron's the only slacker here, but go ahead.
He's kind of not actually. So when it comes to us, yes, the next for official-ish appearance for TMS is going to be in just about a month as well, which is the MCW Fan Jam. So we have been invited back. We really appreciate everything, Dennis's courtesies all the time, having us back. He's very supportive of the show, and we are going to be there. Myself, Angel is coming down, and Ron, I believe we're going to have a little Crazy White Devil appearance as well. So also anybody who's not familiar with exactly kind of how the vending tends to go for us is that a lot of the vending tends to come through this yours truly when it comes to a lot of the events that we do. So MCW Fan Jam, we've worked them all, is typically been something that myself and Megan / Mrs. Vamp have always handled on behalf of both respective shows. But so when it was just TMS, when it came to merch, that's what it was. You know, when Ron and I did our thing, the vendor table became a dual thing. So that being said, for this Fan Jam, just like last one, but onwards and upwards and continuing on and out, we got a cool dual effort thing going here. So when it comes to anybody who's into wrestling, there's some great, amazing big names that are going to be there at this event. It's Sunday, March 1st, and it's going to be, they've got Kurt Angle, they've got Hornswoggle, they've got Jeff Jarrett, they just announced Tito Santana. There is the beautiful people, the former tag team champions from TNA are going to be there, and all kinds of like great other announcements as well. There's some local wrestlers that are going to be there. It's usually always a joint promotion between MCW and ACW. So super duper cool and a lot of fun when it comes to that. But come and find myself, Angel, and Ron. Megan's a little unsure with her work schedule at the moment, how much or how little she's going to be able to be there. But yes, a co-production vendor-wise between the Metal Summit and the Vampire and Devil podcast. So we will be there with all kinds of goodies. We've got merch, we've got photos, we've got guitar picks, all that kind of great stuff. So come out, hang with us, see myself, see Angel, see Ron. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be good stuff. And I'm in the works on seeing how much or how little leeway I'm being given as far as potential on-site interviews. So there is some potential for that, and we'll see how everything plays out.
That is really cool. So is it a wrestling event too?
Yes.
Wrestling?
So there is. So during the day shift,
They wrestle.
Is the actual event. Real quick, Jules, I saw you. No, we appreciate that. Thank you so much for noticing. This was a preferred time frame for Kieran to do the show through him and his publicist because of the tour, to promote the tour, and also because, of course, of his time schedule. He's not able to be on the show at our normal time, but tonight we are still going to be live with another Metal Summit episode with a brand new guest at our normal time tonight at 9 p.m. and we will touch base on that very, very shortly. So yeah, so in the day part from about noon to 5, it'll be the Fan Jam, like the giant meet and greet vendors, all that kind of fun stuff. And then after that, there'll be about an hour or so break is when the actual wrestling event will take place. I do believe that tickets will cover both events. I'm not 100% sure on that because that way is a little bit outside of what I'm aware of at the moment, just being a vendor and stuff like that. But I'll be there for the show. I'll be there for the actual wrestling event as well. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing all of your smiling, wrestling faces. For anybody who's familiar with our good brother Brad Lee, he is going to be there as well. Oh yeah, Nikita Koloff, for all of you old school wrestling fans as well, is also going to be there. And that's the guy that Brad is actually very, very stoked to get to meet. We're all looking forward to meeting Kurt Angle and seeing him. That's super duper awesome. And
don't
Ron
forget
and I,
Nick Gage, man.
Nick Gage is going to be there for anybody.
He almost killed David Arquette.
Yeah, who almost killed David Arquette. And if you're into like death match wrestling, Nick Cage is a gangster among men. And also for that combination of just because he was such an awesome, fun character and also mixed with horror, Hornswoggle also was the Leprechaun in the Leprechaun Origins horror movie that they did as well.
Really?
So he sure was.
That's freaking rad. I saw that movie years ago.
Yep. So I was already on top of it, and Ron had hit me up. He's like, dude, you should get him to sign Leprechaun Origins. I'm like, that's absolutely what I'm going to have him sign. So that is absolutely definitely going to be a thing. But that being said, we're going to sign off for the time being, and we will be back with you very, very shortly. But as you need to know, and as it was precursored by Jules as well, also make sure that when it comes to us, you're watching us right now on YouTube, or on Facebook. Make sure that you guys are following and subscribing to the Facebook as well as the YouTube page for the Metal Summit, because that's where the interviews take place at. And all of our guest announcements start off on Instagram as well. So that's a very, very important page to follow as far as what's going on with not only the Metal Summit as the Metal Summit, but also the various events that all of us co-host and go and make personal appearances at. Now, that being said, thank you so much to Kieran Robertson. We really appreciate his time. Thank you to the camps of both Geoff Tate and Faster Pussycat for allowing him to rock out with us this afternoon. Now, when it comes to this evening, we will see you very, very shortly in about 3 hours there, friends, as we are bringing back an alumnus for his full-on interview. You remembered him from a couple months ago back in November, and he is back. We are going to shoot some guns, and you're going to get hit with some bullets. We've got Lonnie Vincent back with us this evening from the Bullet Boys. Bullet Boys are back together in full. Originally, it was not going to be Mick, but we'll see how much Lonnie wants to talk about it. I'm sure he will for you guys, but it's really, really exciting to hear that whatever conversations needed to have, whatever like water needed to go under the bridge and get sorted out, looks like it got taken care of, because it looked like it wasn't going to be a thing. But the full-on Bullet Boys are back when it comes to Mark, Lonnie, Jimmy, and Mick. But we are going to have Lonnie this evening to talk about everything going on in the Bullet Boys and how 2026 is going to treat them. So take care. Be good to each other. We appreciate you guys. We will see you in a few hours with Lonnie, and take care. Again, we appreciate Kieran's courtesies, and we look forward to having him back on our show, back on Ron and my shows, and just everything in between. Take care. Be good to each other. We love you guys. See you soon. See you tonight. As always, you've been watching the Metal Summit.